Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharpe. It is Friday. Good morning, guys.
Guess what, Skip
Hi,
Bayless?
Jenny, how are you?
I'm ready.
I want to wish you a happy new do because we're clear now. We're even Steven on Diet Mountain Dew bets, and it starts over right here, right now. We're going to see what you're made of.
No.
And by the way,
unless you give me points, I'm not betting.
if you start to win cases for me, then you can switch it to what you like, which is LeBron's Sprite, right?
Yep.
You got to have Sprite.
I'm going to win.
Yeah.
What you mean, if?
Did you hear the lack of conviction in that
I'm
voice?
going to
He's
win.
already scared.
No,
I
I'm-
like it.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
new year,
Yeah.
so you never know.
Skip Bayless.
Yes.
It won't be long now.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
We have
I
a lot
wish
to
you
get
luck
you
because you won.
I don't want
on today's show. Maybe bets later, but did you guys see what James Harden did last night?
Lord
Is he
have
now in the conversation for best player on the planet? Then Skip and Shannon are going to make their picks for every playoff game this weekend,
Yep,
and we are
here we
going to
go.
start in Dallas. The Cowboys are a 2-point favorite tomorrow night against the Seahawks on Fox. Seattle beat Dallas 24-13 early in the season, and they were all over Dak Prescott in that game, causing 2 interceptions, sacking him 5 times. Dak will be playing in only his second career playoff game, and earlier this week he said, quote, "I don't pay attention to any stat but wins and losses." Shannon, who wins tomorrow night on Fox?
I'm going to pick I'm going to take Seattle, Skip.
I'm shocked.
Early in the year, these two teams did play. But I will say this, Skip. I've always felt that the team that lost in the regular season, if the teams were to meet again in the playoffs, the team that lost has the advantage. Because you see all the things that you did wrong, and you get an opportunity to correct them. Where the team that won, like, okay, this is what we did. We had success doing this, this, and this. So we're just going to stay on that same path.
So you don't love your pick.
Oh, I love my pick.
Oh, you need to switch?
No, I'm not going. Why would I do
yourself
that?
out of it? Well, you were giving me a
In Russ, I trust.
Really?
Yes.
Dak, I back.
Okay,
Go ahead.
You're going to be back in the corner.
Yeah, okay.
Let's see if you feel that same way on Monday.
All right.
Have that same energy.
Yeah.
I need that same energy that you got right now, Skip Bayless.
I'm low energy right now. I'm chill.
Okay.
I'm cool because I got this.
Look, I just, knowing the makeup of this football team, they're made of the right stuff. Their leader, unquestioned leader, is Russell Wilson. And watching him throughout his career, no quarterback has won more than Russell Wilson. And he's had a winning record in all 7 years that he's been in the NFL. Came in as a third-round draft pick. No one expected him to do what he's been able to do. They signed Matt Flynn. Skip, you remember the story. They signed Matt Flynn. He beats Matt Flynn out, even if they had given him that $10 million in guaranteed money. But not only can he throw the ball, he's become very proficient. And the same thing that happened to Dak. When you run the ball as well as a team runs the ball, the quarterback gets very little credit. But Russell Wilson has turned himself into an MVP candidate because of his ability to throw the football, even though they have the #1 rush team in all of football. His 35 touchdowns, 7 interceptions lets you know just what he's capable of. In 9 of the last 10 games, they've gone for at least $150 in the run game. They're very good in the red zone. The Cowboys defense, when they give up, normally teams get into the red zone, they punch it in. The thing that I love most about Seattle is that they take care of the football. When you can take care of the football, you give yourself an opportunity, especially in the playoffs, because you play double. I've always felt you pay double if you turn the ball over in the playoffs. They take care of the football, #1 in turnover differential, Skip. So with that being said, Seattle will be moving on, and your Cowboys will be going home to the tune of 23-20. Seahawks
20
win.
says the Hall of Famer Shannon
Yep.
Sharpe. Would you like to put 1 case of Diet Mountain Dew on that?
Yes,
Right here, right now.
Yes, and I need 3 points.
Nope, you get no points.
No, Skip Bayless.
You need 3 points.
3. The line is 2.5.
Huh.
Well, they can't win by 2.5. So
It's
either
not 2.5 because it actually got bet all the way down to 1.5. Now it's sort of evened off a little bit at 2,
Yeah,
so it's
2.
a 2-point. And Dallas, you know, the home team always gets 3 points. So effectively, Seattle is actually favored when you factor
they're
in the
not.
3 from
No,
home
they're not.
field. Yes, they are.
I need 3.
That is correct.
3.
You get none. If you have any courage or your convictions, if you have any guts, if you want to put your do where your big mouth is right now, you can put it right there because I'm allowing you to. This is the public's on your side. This spread has been bet down. The betting public says Seattle, Seattle, more Seattle because Russell Wilson is obviously the more decorated quarterback. He's obviously the more trustable quarterback. He's been here and done all this. Yeah. He's done it to Dallas twice within the last year, right? Okay, he's won a Super Bowl. Russell Wilson has won a Super Bowl, and you need points?
Yep.
Are you kidding me? I'll take it straight up for a case.
Nope.
Okay, we'll see what you're made of. So, you actually, for once on this show, made some astute football points in your analysis, and I was impressed.
For
once. I mean, I was thinking, what did he eat for breakfast today? Did you have my protein drink? I don't know.
No.
Metrax, you got to try it. It's 51 grams of protein.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't need all that protein.
You don't need all of it.
Oh, the muscle right here.
Yeah. Oh,
try it.
You got that vibranium going. Okay. So, furthermore, that decorated quarterback is up against a defense that I must admit, my Dallas Cowboy defense, I don't trust it nearly as much as I did about a month ago, 6 weeks ago.
You only trusted it after they did what they did to New Orleans.
I trusted it after that, but over the last 4 weeks, I got to tell you, it's been quietly awful. While you keep calling my defense amazing, you've used that word several times, I keep seeing not amazing over the last 4 games. If we just take that 4-game stretch, they're 26th in the NFL in points allowed. They're 29th in yards allowed. And they are 31st, that's one from the bottom, in third downs allowed over the last 4 games. Is that good?
No.
That is not good. So Philadelphia with Carson, W-I-N-C-E at quarterback, scored 17 points in the fourth quarter at Dallas in that pivotal game that obviously Dak and company finally won in overtime, but that was not cool for me. At Indy, obviously they laid a goose egg. It was 23-0, but they allowed 178 yards rushing at Indy. That's no good.
Hold on, but you say they didn't need the game, so why do you care about that? They didn't need the game. They're not worried about it.
It's a bad sign for the defense because I thought the offense played pretty well in that game.
With 0 points.
Drove it. Yeah, big
zero.
10-play drive, 14-play drive, 15-play drive, drop, touchdown pass, blocked field goal, uncalled pass interference. That could have been 17-0. We could be having even a different conversation.
What good is it, Skip, to go shopping if you got no money to buy anything?
Somebody else is speaking right now, and somebody else has just launched into his diatribe against your soliloquy. So then we had Jameis come to Jerry World, and would you believe Jameis Winston had 7 drives of 10-plus plays? That is not good defense to me. Against Jameis Winston, you have little to no respect for what they do, right?
He scored on 3 of those drives, but okay, I get your point.
And then just last week, with my defense playing, everybody actually trying, it looked like to me, Eli Manning and company put up 35 points and 441 yards and went 9 of 18 on 3rd and 4th down against my defense. That scares me. That rocked me. I don't like that. And my pass rush, I used to love it. And all of a sudden, my man DeMarcus Lawrence Taylor that I used to call him, now he's just DL as in...
Oh,
he's on the DL like he disappeared. He must be on the DL because I don't.
You don't know where he is?
I don't know. He hadn't played for a month. I don't know where he is. Randy Gregory. I could just I could call him Gregory Randy, right?
No, well,
I don't know because I don't know where he went.
I tell you what, you'll see Randy Gregory when you least expect it. He's going to jump off sides or he's going to commit a penalty.
He's got potential to do just that. And what has been my biggest target on this show this year was the rookie left guard named Connor Williams, 2nd-round pick, who I have never loved. And guess what, boys and girls? He's back in the lineup at left guard because Xavier Su'a-Filo is out with an ankle, and he's listed as doubtful, and I'm pretty sure he's just gone.
What?
Okay? So all of a sudden, Connor Williams, the sieve, the turnstile that he could
be a 2nd-round draft pick.
2nd-round draft pick. Yeah. He has played some lately because he had to pinch hit for Zach Martin a little bit. But again, could that be with Frank Clark? Do you know Frank Clark is a hellacious pass rusher? What do you have, 14.5 sacks?
Yeah. Jaron Reed is another on the inside of the D tackle. That's who he's going to have to worry about.
St. Nick, Alabama, 2nd-round pick in 2016. Yep. So you got 2 of them coming. And all of a sudden, Connor Williams, who's a little undersized and a little understrength to me, he might just be looking like this game 20-13 because motivation is on my side. What did I tell you when my team took off from 3-5? It went on a revenge tour, just like Michigan went on a revenge tour that you covered often during the college football season. My team said, we got to get even with all these people in a row. And they got even with Philly twice. And they got even with Washington for that horrendous call that went against them at the end of the game. Remember that one?
Snap
he
ball.
didn't move, no.
Yep.
But they got even with Washington on Thanksgiving Day. They got even with Atlanta at Atlanta for that debacle last year when Dak got sacked 8 times. And they got even with all the doubters and the naysayers and the critics and the Cowboy haters who said New Orleans is going to blow them off the field on Thursday Night Football, and it was 13-10 Dallas. They went on a run because they said, let's do this. They had motivation that was a rival to them because Seattle went in there late last year on
Well, you got to win some games for it to be a rival.
okay.
When the last time the Cowboys beat Seattle?
Maybe it starts Saturday night.
Okay.
You know, because how about the Dez drop game last year on December 24th at Jerry World? It was horrendous what happened. And Dez Bryant, I can't get that play out of my mind when he's in the middle of the field. Remember, and Dak thought he was going to go one way. I don't know if we have that play. And
well, that was 2 years ago, right?
No, it was last year. It was last December 24th.
Oh, yeah.
Tipped it up in the air.
Oh, yeah, last year.
It was terrible. That was the beginning and the end of that game was that throw right there. And that was the end of Dez Bryant as we knew and used to love him in Dallas, Texas. Right. And that was the epitome of what happened in that game, and that was 21-12. So my offense has scored 12 points in that game, and then it was 24-13 in Week 3 at Seattle this year. And who was the culprit for much of the game? It was number 21, my running back. Ezekiel Elliott owes his football team, and he owes the Seahawks for that game at Seattle.
What about that?
Because I think I'm speaking right now because...
I mean, you've been speaking the whole show.
No, I haven't. I've actually got something to say over here.
You ain't saying nothing.
As opposed to whatever came from over there. I can't remember what you said.
No more interrupting.
Yeah. So my little man, Ezekiel Elliott, number 21, he dropped a huge third down pass where he was going to turn it up and go like 60 yards. Had a step on Bobby Wagner, and it just hit him right in the hands, and he dropped it. And then he had a long touchdown pass run where he had stepped out of bounds. Remember that? What are you doing, Zeke? You stepped out of bounds before you caught one? This is going to put Dallas up 7-0.
Well, if you don't mind me
asking, it's going to put them up 7-0.
How do you say Zeke was going to go 60 yards when you say he looked like he had been eating this offseason?
I thought he was just loose. He was free. He can do that.
Nah.
He can do that, yeah. And then how about he had one long run at the end of the game. It was actually 10 minutes left in the game. He goes 26 yards down to the Seattle 13-yard line. And he fumbled. And I got to tell you, if he doesn't fumble that, I think Dallas is going to get right in the middle of that game because they were about to get back in it anyway. Despite that, they cut it down to 11 points late in the game. And I think they were starting to turn the corner. But who did that game belong to? It belonged to a young man by the name of Earl Thomas, who plays for the Seattle Seahawks, or at least he used to. He does not now. And that was his game. That was his moment to bow to the Cowboys sideline because Jerry Jones had not closed the deal to bring him to Dallas. And he was playing possess that day. He was Johnny on the spot. Every time there was a tip ball off one of my receivers' hands, it fell right into his hands. And he had 2 huge interceptions that turned that game around. He is the heartbeat of the Legion of Boom, and he is not there for this game. And guess what? Amari Cooper is there. That's going to change things. So we're going to flip the script this time. And so here comes Seattle with the #1 rushing attack in pro football, right? They lead the league in yards rushing. What does my defense actually do very well?
I don't know.
Stops the run.
Ask Saquon.
Okay.
Did they stop Saquon?
Yeah, they did.
What about Mark? Skip, the man went over 100.
He had 67 yards on 1 carry, and then he had 16 for 41 yards on 16 other carries. Do the math.
Hold on, okay.
Do the math. It's like 2.6 yards a carry.
But you just, earlier, I think it was about, let me see.
They didn't show up at Indy.
Okay, 12 minutes ago, you talked about how your defense didn't play well. They didn't show up to play against Indianapolis
that was the
because they gave up 178 yards rushing.
They did.
So are you convinced?
If you look at their body of work this year, they finished 5th in the NFL in yards rushing against.
Okay,
so that's pretty good.
Okay.
And you know what? My linebackers are going to be flying on Saturday night. And they got a stable of really good backs in Seattle.
Are they better than, all I know, the highest rated middle linebacker in all of football is one Bobby Wow.
I will take my 2 over your 1 any night.
Okay, Joe Choi.
Especially Saturday.
Okay, Joe Choi, a bum, huh? Is that what you
He's
said?
a bum. He just came back. He's not what he used to be.
Oh,
He's still pretty good.
Yeah.
He does it more with his head than his physicality.
But okay. But this is what I'm having a hard time
I'm just
understanding.
getting rolling. I got a lot more to go.
You said your Cowboys' body of work, but yet you piled on the last 4 weeks. They haven't been good. So is it the last 4 weeks?
To help you out a little
I don't need no help.
I think this is it. What have I told you all year? One of these days or nights, my team is going to put it all together all at once because it really has.
Okay, what about
it won 7 of its last 8 games without really clicking on all cylinders.
Oh, really? So
yeah, really?
Okay,
yes.
so what happens if they don't put it all together? You keep saying if they do, what happens when they don't?
I don't do hypotheticals because I know.
You just did it. You just said one of these days they're going to put it all together.
Well,
that's a hypothetical.
I just predicted it's coming this time. I'm willing to put 2 cases of dew on it.
I need 3 points.
3 points.
3 points.
You have no guts, no glory.
Nope. 3.
What is this?
Like you told me in 2019, I'm making sound bets.
I told you, Happy New Do. You got a chance to
I
start
don't want it.
fresh.
I don't want it.
You cleared the ledger. I let you out easily.
No, you didn't. I paid it off.
17 cases became only 10 cases.
Yeah.
Is that not a consolidated
I went to
loan?
Credit Karma.
Yeah. Okay,
Yep.
you did.
And I consolidated all my debt.
Yep. Okay. Way to go. So you're clean, and I'm giving you a chance. You love Russell Wilson.
I
You've
do.
been telling me all week.
And Russ, I trust.
Okay, in Russ you trust, and you say he's a much better quarterback than my quarterback. Okay, well, then bet on it.
Nope.
Put your due where your mouth is. This is shocking
More
to
fun
me.
when you guys bet on
Here's the thing,
I think you are being exposed right now as not really in Russ you trust.
First of all,
in Dak you fear is what
Seattle has a very good red zone offense, number 8 in red zone offensive touchdowns. Their defense is number 4, and allowing defense are red zone
really
touchdowns.
Good.
So they're really good.
I respect them.
The key for the Cowboys, Skip, is that they're number 1 by a long margin of not giving up points in the first quarter. I think they only gave up like 17, 20 points in the first quarter. So for Seattle is to, get a touchdown, get, some points in the first quarter to take Dallas out of that comfort zone.
I agree.
Because once they get in, like Andy did, Andy mollywopped them, wop, wop. Take them out of their comfort zone and force them to play your type of game, your style of game, as opposed to what they really want to do. So, Skip Bayless, I will give you this. Dallas, the defense hasn't been the same. Maybe they started reading the paper. Maybe they listened to how good you told them they were. Jerry said they were different cats after they beat New Orleans.
They were
They gave up 10
cats
points.
They were awful.
Last 4 games, Skip, they've given up 25 points a game. Is that different? What's so different about that?
Maybe it's desire, maybe it's motivation, maybe it's...
And that revenge tour you're talking about, pretty soon that thing gonna be up to about 15, 20 teams for old khaki pants. Because Florida mollywopped them. Ohio State beat the brakes off them. Notre Dame, so they got to go on another revenge tour next year, Skip Bayless.
I guess so.
Your team...
on a good one, and it cost you 3 cases of Diet Dew.
It did. But your team will have to get their revenge tour. They're going to start writing a list down because they're going to have to go on one next year. Because their season ends on Saturday night.
So, here's the other point that you have missed. My team is 7-1 at Jerry World. That's a flip script because it didn't used to be that way. They used to struggle at home. As I used to tell you, that stage used to be America's stage. It's concerts, and it's basketball, it's boxing. It's where everybody goes for the big event. And the visiting team always felt like it was a neutral field for the visiting team. And all of a sudden, that's a new day there.
Really?
It gets loud.
They were 7-1, huh?
Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, Skip, in 2016, when Dak's rookie year, when they went 13-3, how many home games did they lose?
I don't remember.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
The only one that mattered to me was the last one. And what happened in that game? How has the script again been flipped this year? What happened that year? They took their foot completely off the gas because they had won the NFC East and they had a bye week before their home game against Aaron Rodgers. So they went effectively 3 weeks with no football because they mailed it in at Philadelphia. The starters barely played. Dak lost the QBR race that day.
You're going to lose it anyway.
Yeah, well, I don't think he was. He had a terrible QBR because he played 2 series in that game. So they didn't play that game, and then all of a sudden they take a week off and then another week until you get ready for Aaron Rodgers. So they had not played football for 3 weeks, and what happened in that game? They fell behind 21-3 because they were not ready. It was a young football team with a rookie quarterback and a rookie running back who had not been through that before. They weren't ready, but then once they flipped the switch, what happened in that game? Dak Prescott threw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns and rallied them from 21-3 down to 31 all.
I don't know about no rally.
Okay, this time they will start much faster. And you make a good point. You know, maybe Russell Wilson can jump out ahead. I don't think that's going to happen. I think my team will gain control quickly and stay in control the whole game, which is why I'm saying 20-13. And my bottom line point is I have the most underrated, unfairly criticized quarterback now in the whole NFL, and Dak Prescott. You have little to no respect for him. Most people have little to no respect for him, and I think he's hearing that all week long. And I think this is his stage to outplay Russell Wilson, to make a national statement on Saturday night. Fox TV, Fox, there's no bigger stage than Fox, right? And he is going to play the game of his game of the year, and he's had a bunch of good ones. And I keep reminding you that over his first 3 years, all he did was set the record for completion percentage in the history of the league. No quarterback through his first 3 years has had a higher completion percentage than Dak Prescott. Through the first 3 years, Dak Prescott led the NFL in game-winning drives.
That little stat. Hold on.
That's not a little stat. Game-winning drives?
In his first three, let me ask you a question. In the first 3 years, did he lead in wins? No.
Well, hold on. 13-3, 9-7, 10-6. That's pretty good.
Is that better than Russell Wilson's?
I don't know.
I know. What about touchdown passes?
Huh?
No.
Okay.
No. And no.
Well, then put your due where your mouth is.
3 points.
I'll do 2 cases straight up.
3 points?
I
No.
got Dallas.
No.
What is this?
Nope.
You've gone chicken in the new year.
I want 3 points. I want 3. Give me 3 points.
You should have worn yellow today.
The line,
you have a yellow jacket.
The line opened at 2.5. I want 3. Give me 3.
Please.
3.
What is this? I've got the effective underdog. You get 3 for home field.
I tell you what. I'll go straight up if you go ahead and take Clemson straight up against Alabama.
Why would I do that?
Okay, why would I do that? Exactly.
But why would I take, what's Clemson now, 7-point underdog?
No.
Huh? Yeah, they are. Come on.
It's tough in the new year.
I don't get tough.
Nope.
Boy, doesn't want to.
I think we have cowardly going on.
Yep.
You're the cowardly lion. You used to just be the lion.
In 2019, I'm making sound financial decisions.
Really? But what about all the new shoes you already are wearing in the new year?
Aha.
Those are hold-ons, carry-ons.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
And, bro, they hadn't purchased anything in 2019.
I predict by the end of the show, we will have a bet on this game, one way or the other.
Clemson,
we will figure this out.
It's a 5-point underdog.
Yeah.
Which one?
Clemson's a 5-point underdog?
Yeah. Straight up.
Do I get 5 with
Nope.
Clemson? What is
What
this?
do you mean?
Why don't I just give you?
Okay.
Why don't we start out? I'll just give you 5 cases. You'll be up 5.
No.
I'll give you a 5-case
No.
advantage. And I'll try to win them back.
I'll tell you, this is what we'll do, Skip. You give me 3, I'll give you 3. Alabama, I'll give you Clemson in 3.
I don't like Clemson. I don't root for
Yes,
Clemson.
you do. No.
I don't.
You're right. You don't like Clemson. You dislike Alabama. So anybody that plays Alabama, you root for them. So I'll give you an opportunity.
Can we bring back Deshaun to play in this game?
No.
Yeah. No.
He's
Hold on.
busy
He's
this
busy?
weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what about Lawrence, the rookie?
He's really
a freshman, not a rookie.
Yeah,
Freshman.
He's a freshman.
good.
Yeah, look good.
He's really good.
6'5".
He's going to be really good,
Yeah.
but maybe not so much on Monday.
From Georgia, that's how we get them down.
Okay, so it's in Dak you back and Russ you trust.
Yep.
We're just going to leave
No
it at that.
T on the end.
Shaky.
No T on the end, Jenny.
Yeah.
Russ, I
I said,
trust.
trust.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad. Okay, we're going to move on. There was a classic game in the NBA last night. Is James Harden now in the MVP conversation? Now the Warriors in trouble. I'm actually saying that. We'll